Wake up money time. Finding your dream home and getting prepared for that big move can be an exciting time, and you want to make sure you understand the whole closing procedure. So Chris Schilling from Turbo Realty is here with some questions you want to be sure to ask your title company officer. Good morning to you. While it is obviously very exciting, it can also be very stressful if you don't have all the proper documents and information that you need. So start us off.
Right, so the very first thing you want to know is how much am I going to bring to closing? I mean, how much is this total amount in order to buy the house? What's my portion? How does the money work? And so you'll get that amount early on. You can get an estimate from your lender, but really you need to get that final number from the title company, and usually get it probably the day before so that you can review those documents and see exactly what that amount is that you bring to closing.
Who covers closing costs?
Right, so you're going to pay your closing costs and the seller's going to pay their closing costs. A lot of those things are negotiable items, but you need to find out what it is that your portion is that you're bringing, because that's what you're going to need to have.
Okay, so once you find all that out and you have all your information, who schedules the appointments for closing?
Right, so it's pretty flexible. You know, if you wait or delay until too late in the game, those times get booked up. So it's a good idea to go ahead and schedule it ahead of time. So talk to your real estate agent, and they'll talk and communicate to the title company in order to get a time that works for you. They're usually pretty flexible, but as you get closer, the times go away.
Right, so once you have your time and your date, you certainly don't want to miss that. When it comes to paying up, how can you do so? By check, is that okay?
Right, so they don't take personal checks. I mean, some of them will take up to $1,000 or $1,500, but generally they want certified funds, which is a bank check or a cashier's check money order. They want to make sure that the money's good, that it's solid. They don't take cash, so you can't bring cash, but you do need to go to the bank at a bank check or money order.
Okay, so once the closing has happened and all the paperwork is signed, when do you get the keys?
Right, so you're going to get the keys. It's closing and funding, and so closing is the signing of all the documents, and then the funding is that when all the monies arrive. So they'll get your check right there at closing, but they're going to wait until the bank, sends over the money to pay the seller, and once all the funds show up, then you get your keys.
Okay, so how long is that process going to take, the funding and the closing?
It could take a couple of hours, but if you close too late in the day, you close 4 or 5 o'clock and then miss a wire transfer, it may be the next day. So it's best idea to close earlier in the day so that gives them time to go ahead and fund. Any
sort of documents that you need to take to closing that you don't want to forget, that maybe typically you see people tend to forget, or they just...
Really, the biggest one is your picture ID. So it's a government issued picture ID. Believe it or not, we had a guy that took his concealed carry because it has a picture and it's a government ID. So you can take a picture ID, passport, driver's license, but they're going to want a photo ID that's government issued, and make sure it's current. So they expire on your birthday, so make sure you don't bring one that's expired because they can't accept it for their notary stamp.
All right, and if you listen to Chris Schilling, we're going to get you going, right? Making dreams possible. Yeah, exactly. Quick and easy and fast, and you'll be in that new house in no time. Michelle?
All right, sounds good.